Whoa, we are back in action, baby. What is this? What are we doing tonight? Dual streaming. Welcome to the booth of Tim's. I am Tim Stock of Tim Possible. I just got that wrong, but we're live. And I am joined tonight with Dan the Law. What's up, man? Just totally butchered that, but that's all right.
That's
just
okay.
roll with it.
The booth of Tim.
But technically, I'm not. Yeah, I got two channels. I do have Tim Stock and Tim Possible. Which one am I? I don't know.
We don't know. So welcome to Inside the Booth. For those of you who are watching on Inside the Booth, thanks for being here. I am Dan the Law Arena, like Tim just said, and we are dual streaming it, baby. Oh yeah. We love it.
And I guess we have some really cool Raylos behind the scenes with us tonight. So our first Raylo with us tonight is TJ. What up?
Hello. Happy to be here, guys. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, Drop it like it's Hoth.
Drop it like it's Hoth.
And then we got like the Jedi Master of spinning, the Mr. Fate. What's up, man?
Hey, what's up, man? Thanks for inviting me.
Yep. This is the way.
Thanks for being
this
here.
is the way.
Sweet. Beautiful.
All right.
Yes.
Ready to get into it?
Yeah, we're talking first half of this beautiful show. We're talking about the Bad Batch, and we're doing it inside the booth style. So first, we will start with the plot.
Okay, we're not live.
Too bad. No. So yeah, the plot of this show, episode 12 of the Bad Batch season 2. Basically, Crosshairs is back in this show, which is kind of nice. I was hoping
MVP.
to see it again.
That's right.
So,
and then basically he goes off into what he's told to do: go find some crates and bring them back from people who stole them. And the plot shortened. That's about it. And then he basically finds some redemption. That's all I'm going to say. He finds some redemption. Obviously, there's going to be a lot of spoilers in this. So if you haven't seen it, sorry.
Yeah, what are you doing here? We love you. We love you, though. We love you.
Spoilers.
All right. And what'd you guys think of the plot?
I loved it. I thought it was like one of the best episodes this far in Bad Batch for sure. It was like really, really, really strong imagery, I think. And we're all kind of waiting for that with Crosshair. I think we all wanted it, and we got what we wanted with that.
Mm-hmm. Would you give it a point?
Like out of 10?
Just would you give it a 1 point or a no point? Like what?
I would like a good point.
Yeah, like a good point.
Like
I would give it 10 points. I would 2 thumbs up. It was great. I really loved this episode for sure. Super emotional.
Sweet. Since we started from you, we'll go down to Fate. What's up?
So we're talking about the plot, right?
Yep, the plot.
Okay. The plot is pretty basic for Bad Batch. Go retrieve something, right?
Right.
But it's Crosshair, so I'll go ahead and give it a point.
Yeah. They brought him back.
He's back. I love Crosshair, and I just like, as soon as I see him, I'm like, probably bring this up a couple of times, but Star Wars is about redemption. It's about redeeming the villain at its heart.
Yeah.
So I got a lot of hopes here. So anytime I see that guy on the screen, point.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. So you're saying you liked it? Yeah. Got
Sweet.
it.
Yeah.
No, I thought it was great. Crosshair is my favorite. It is kind of coming to like Jesus moment in a way. Kind of realizes maybe I'm on the wrong team. So yeah, and we get to see like the character Mayday. Mayday kind of changes his mind. He grows this attachment to him and kind of sees he's more so about brotherhood, and then they're being treated like they're not worthy anymore. So I like it. Point for me.
All right. And I also give it a point because it wasn't like last week's. It was better. All right, we'll get into acting. Um, TJ, go ahead. What'd you think about the acting?
I thought it was great. But I have nothing bad to say about this episode. I'll try and find some sort of gripe, but I think it was awesome. Like, it gives us those characters, but we're getting more depth with that acting. So I really,
Mhm.
really like that. And I
Yeah.
feel like we all want more depth with Crosshair. Like, we want to know more. So this definitely was like, gave us that with that. I like that.
Yeah.
So point for me. Yeah.
Good. Good. Yeah. So it is good because like all the episodes leading up to this one were just kind of fillers, except for like the first 2 or 3 that had him in there somewhere. Yeah, it was interesting.
And I
Gunji
think
was spongy.
And I think too, like
I
with
like Gunji.
what's his name? Now I'm spacing. I'm so bad with names. But
Mayday.
the guy in charge, like you love to hate him.
Oh,
With the
Lieutenant
bird-
Nolan.
Yes,
Nolan.
Nolan.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought his acting was like that was
That's-
great.
That's what I was
just
going to
like,
bring up.
yeah, I'll let you go
No,
into
no.
it.
Go
I
ahead.
just
I
think
mean, like that's less
just-
I have to say.
he just embodied like the Empire. You're like,
Mhm.
okay, this is the Empire. This is what
Yeah.
we all know the Empire to be.
Yeah,
but
he's a
maybe
big jerk.
Crosshair doesn't, you know?
He's a,
Yeah, he's a jerk. Yeah, for
he's
sure.
a douche.
Anytime you can get an actor to like sort of like they put that character in there to sort of like give you a visual of what's going on throughout the galaxy,
Yeah,
all encapsulated in one actor's performance.
yeah.
In that moment, was it Lieutenant?
Nolan.
Yeah, Lieutenant Nolan.
Yeah.
We get to see somebody who everybody was trying to warn, and I think that's it's very parallel to our modern society. Like, there's a lot of warnings going on in the world, and we're just seeing people like succumb to different ideas and stuff like that, and we're like, "We told you so" type stuff, and here we see, an awakening, I believe, happening, and it's encapsulated in the acting performance of that Lieutenant Nolan.
Mm-hmm. That's good. So would you give that a point? Or
Yeah, I give that a point. And I also like the acting between the two, Crosshair and the was it Commander
brother? I don't know. I don't know his name. Yeah, but I got you.
Yeah. Mayday.
It's good.
Uh,
Mayday.
yeah.
That's what
Yeah.
it was.
Yeah.
Mayday. Mayday.
Nolan.
Mayday.
Lieutenant
Okay.
Nolan. Mayday. Lieutenant Nolan. Mayday. Yeah. No, I give it a point too. That guy played a really good douche.
Yeah.
It's
He did.
Yeah.
Yeah. And no, I like we see a little emotion from Crosshair as well. He's kind of the stiff, and then you can kind of see the divisiveness in his eyes. He's like, do I make this decision or do I not? He basically has that like awakening moment, and then point for me.
For
2
sure.
points for Gryffindor.
Nice. All right. And I will also give it a point because it was a lot better than obviously the other, like I said before, a few other episodes and stuff. And, yeah, I mean, voice acting is kind of tough, especially when you're doing it with a cartoon. So you got to have that sound in your voice, the sounds and stuff. So it's like, I think they pulled it off this time around for sure.
It's respectful. It's something to be appreciative of when you hear it. Even hearing the Emperor in the Senate, in the episodes before, it's like, wow, that's nice.
Yeah, being able to like convey emotion through like an animated voice is hard. So like I think that they really did it without overdoing it with this episode for sure.
And this is why I don't think AI will go anywhere, because they don't have any emotions with voice acting stuff.
I mean, not to get off too far off topic, but like you can think of things like, I'd rather see Tom Cruise drive a motorcycle off a mountain than have an AI do that.
Yeah.
Right. That's true. That's true. All right. Next is cinematography. TJ, go ahead.
Yeah.
Okay. Let me just say one second. Cinematography. We obviously do the lighting, the camera angles, and then how they do the animation stuff like that. So go ahead.
Yeah. I feel like they, again, stepped it up with this episode. Like, even when, spoiler alert, I guess I don't have to say that, right? But,
No, you
you
don't.
know, when they step on, or when Crosshair steps on the mine and Mayday, like, blows the snow off, like, you actually see the sparkles of the snow and, like, because snowy environments can be really hard to film and make it look good. And so
Yeah.
I think they did an amazing job with that. And then kind of the metaphor of like the Empire being cold and the whole episode being in like a snowy cold, like they really capitalized on that, I think. And it was just there were so many moments where I was like, damn, are we watching an animated show, or is this, it looked live action sometimes. So I was super impressed with that for sure. So point for me. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, I give it a point too. I did notice that detail of the snow kind of like blowing across. Like, oh, I see, Disney. I see what you're doing. And then,
They did do a good job.
yeah.
They made it feel cold, that's for sure. So I
They
live in
did,
a
they
snowy
did.
place, and I'm like, oh man, that's
Yeah.
that's like home. Well, not really, but
Yeah. Where you live in the North Pole, Dan?
yeah. Well, you know, upstate New York, we get snow.
Yeah.
We sometimes don't. Yeah, it's all
Same
depends.
thing. Yeah.
Y'all need to
New
quit.
York. New York, man.
What was it?
Walking
Friday.
there.
We had a nice snowstorm on Friday. Man, it went from nothing, almost like springtime, to winter, like in a snap. It was
Oh, wow.
crazy. I'm like, oh my goodness, the snow.
Yeah, y'all need to
up to our
quit that. It's
ankles.
almost spring.
I know,
Yeah.
exactly. That's what I told the weather, but it doesn't listen to me.
Let's see. What's up, sketchy guy, Nevada? The animation is awesome indeed. The way they are animating Dan is so realistic.
For sure.
Nice. I think this is your brother, right, Dan?
It's
Here?
Uncle Mike. Hey, what's up,
Okay.
Uncle Mike?
Oh, okay.
What up? Tonight, there's a big award show. Is it Oscars tonight or?
Yes, that's what's
Yeah.
going on.
Oh, is that
Yeah.
what's going on? Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah, I was
geez.
wondering. I was like, where is everybody?
Is there
But they're
going to be
watching-
another slap around the world?
Oh, you know how these things go. Like all of a sudden, everybody will show up.
Yeah,
Yeah,
just
yeah.
to see what's going to happen this time around, you know?
Yeah.
I
care
bet
to
they
watch
show
it.
up here on the stream.
Yeah.
I give it a point. I give it a point. The way they captured the snow driving, the way that the mountains. Bad Batch has got like on scales of like grand scale stuff. I mean, you know, we seen like just like I was watching it earlier. I just watched the second season, so I saw that like the Imperial cruiser like in dry dock just tilt right into, you know, and they're inside of it. So there's like a lot of things going on here. They really do good at capturing landscapes, the mountains in the background and stuff. What really was cool was when they added the addition of the sort of the falcon or the flying bird.
Oh
This-
yeah, I know the kind of the bird in the background. like,
Yeah, and they
kinda,
really
like,
made
free.
sure that was sort of like a symbolism to, like, I don't know, it's almost like the Force is speaking to somebody. But I mean, you know, it's just, to me, it was like, and at the end of it, how that ended, and it was just circling, and you could see the shadow over the bodies, and it just reminded me of the scripture where it's like, you know, where the buzzards gather around the carcass, you know.
Mhm.
So,
Yeah. I wrote that down too. I wrote like it's kind of like elusive at first, and then
Mhm.
you don't really know about it. You just see the shadows, which is kind of where Crosshair's head was at. And then you kind of see it more. And you know, I love Star Wars Creatures Fate. So I was like, show me the bird. I need to see the bird. But they never showed it fully.
Right.
But
It was beautiful, guys.
I just wanted to see it
Sorry.
like close
I
up.
definitely think, yes, Bad Batch is definitely an upgrade from what they've done in the past as far as animation and stuff. So I give it a point.
Yeah. You guys nailed everything, you know, on the head there. So I'm also going to give it a point. Next is the music. What did you guys think of that one?
I did notice, like, I thought it was going to be the Force theme, and I got really excited, but it wasn't the Force theme. It was, there was something, it was just like a soft, pretty kind of like upbeat thing when Mayday had passed. I think that was, it was like this like coming to light song, and it really like set the tone for it. And I'm gonna be honest, I didn't really notice the music much other than that one little point, but I give it a point for that because it was like perfectly timed and it was great.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the music in this episode was more on the emotional side.
Yeah.
It wasn't like dynamic action. It was more like
Yeah.
softer and stuff for
It
sure.
was subtle. It was
Yeah.
subtle, but not in your face, but enough to like really set the tone for sure.
Mhm.
Yeah. No, I liked it. It gave it like this more realistic or gritty tone at points, like especially when they're in a cold. Like I was like, man, it does feel cold when they're in the cave. Just like the whole vibe of this episode was entirely. It was just different. Like each time we get Crosshair, the episode has a different tone. Like we saw him in episode 3, and it just seemed different. That's my favorite episode, episode 3,
Mhm.
when he's just taking everybody out in that castle with his gun. Yeah, it was dope.
Being a badass.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, thumbs up for me.
All right. What about you, Fate?
Yeah, I give it a point. Like TJ said, I think it was a little lighter and it matched what was going on. I mean, we needed to see some softer moments and stuff here, so definitely good a point. This one's getting a good one, isn't it?
It is.
Yeah.
It is. And then I guess, and there would be an allegory next, but obviously we are not going to probably do an allegory. But if there was, I think that redemption, that scene at the end, there's like a redemption in Crosshair's
Sure.
mind or his eyes. You can see it where he's like, you know what? I've been doing kind of like he's been doing bad for so long, and then all of a sudden something hits him, and he's like, this is wrong, so I'm gonna try to do something right this time, even though he does it in a wrong way. Kills the guy, but yeah, he's starting to redeem himself in that last part there.
And it's almost like the humanization of him. Like but the Empire is like trying to dehumanize them, but it's like the humanization of him in his own mind, because I think that he saw himself as a machine. And I'm going to be 100% transparent. I have no idea what the word that you said before this means, so I have no idea what that is. But
an allegory. It's basically looking at like the movie or whatever, parallel it to how Christ lived his life and how it can help us as we live our lives.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
What's the moral?
Yeah. Basically the moral of it. Yeah.
Kind of moral, but in a good way.
I see somebody that is really, like I said earlier, he's learning the hard way, and that's the best way to learn. And obviously, yeah, he's trying to cope with it, and he's sort of coming the anti-hero route. So,
to me, he's almost like. Oh, go ahead.
I was just gonna say Ben Solo, same thing, right?
Yeah.
Right.
So I mean, that's one thing the sequels did right, was they got that redemption part in there. That's good.
Yeah. I was going to say a little bit of anti-Joker. Like Joker was evil, but then he turns to the light side, because the Joker thinks he's a good villain because he thinks what he's doing is right, but it's actually wrong. So
yeah.
But could we not argue that every villain thinks that? They all think that they're doing the right thing,
Yeah.
Like even with all the bad guys in Star Wars, or bad guys, they still think they're doing the right thing. It's just they're not in the moral sense of it, but they're so brainwashed to think that. And I think too, like I'm curious, and this could be off topic, and we could talk about this later. Is just stop me if that's a thing, but like, are these chips, like, do they have a lifespan? Like, are these chips starting to wear off, where they like Order 66 chips are like going away? Like, I don't know. Like, is it wearing off, and that's why he's starting to see the light also, because he's able to? I'm not sure.
I see that they've been used, and like when anybody, like any type of corporation or whatever, once they've used you up, they're going to replace you. And we're seeing these people like be affected by it, and I think we're seeing it exemplified, or if that's the right word, it's in Crosshair,
right?
His feelings towards it, like a betrayal.
KG hot
what
take. Crosshair is kind of boring. You know what I think of that?
Mini-Me loves chocolate. Scotty don't. What? I like chocolate fine. I just...
Scotty do.
Yeah, well, yeah, it was very familiar. Hang on, let me do what I do. Would you stop?
How about you know?
How about I what?
How about you know?
Yeah, KG, whatever, man, whatever. But that's fine. You have your opinion. That's whatever. It's wrong though. Just kidding. Love you, man. Yeah, love you, man. All right. Sorry.
Yeah.
It takes all types. It's okay. Some people gotta like him, some people gotta hate him. So that works. It works.
Yeah. I think but I think that is true. Like, he's reaping and sowing, right? Like, he betrayed the Bad Batch, and now he's getting betrayed.
Yeah.
But the people
That's
that never
sure.
gave up on him are the people that are hurting him, and that's the sad part. To watch all of this is like, that's what makes it so tragic, because the people he did give his life up for and left his family and left everything for are the ones that, like, you're disposable. I don't really care about you anymore. And he's seeing that. And even with, like, Cody was trying to explain that a little bit to him, and he was like, nah, I don't care. Like, you're wrong. And it's like coming to the light a little bit. And I'm really excited to see what happens with that.
Absolutely.
Yeah, definitely would like to see what happens after that for sure.
One for an allegory.
Oh yeah, okay. We'll put the allegory in. Sure, why not? What do you think, everybody? Everybody else, what do you think?
Yeah.
Thumbs up.
Yeah, thumbs up. Point.
All right,
And I learned a new word, so it's great.
there you go.
Yeah.
That's it. That's it.
I'm not
It's always
ashamed.
good. It's always fun to learn new things.
Hmm.
What?
Yeah.
Let's see.
You only watched
that's
Oh,
why.
you didn't watch season 1.
That's why. Yeah. You don't have the history.
Yeah, exactly. KG, get with the program, watch the whole thing, and then come back.
Report back to Dan tomorrow.
Yeah, report back. Leave comments in mine or Tim's stream there tomorrow. Let us know. All right, so do it. That's it.
So how y'all are got a forced dyad going on right now, or what?
Yeah, essentially.
Is it part of the program? Like, I didn't know if it was like, is it something you can do on StreamYard?
If you trust somebody to take their information,
I got you.
Type in the stuff. Yeah, of course. I trust him. I don't think he'll hack into my stuff and make me look bad.
Tim's good. Yeah.
Evil.
That's it.
Wait,
So, since there's
Okay.
4 of us, the point system, obviously 5 points each, so there's 20 points. So out of 20 points, this episode gets 20 points. So woohoo! Perfect
Yeah.
score, Bad
Yeah,
Batch.
great score. Yeah,
Perfect score for episode 12.
very
yeah,
deserved.
let's celebrate.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Do we want to do predictions before we move on to Mando?
Yeah. Sure.
Yeah.
And then we can take a break.
I also wanted to add too, like, I forgot to say, because I didn't read my notes that I made, because who am I? Why do I make notes? But I
No,
think
that's fine.
too,
Go ahead.
like there were so many of them taking their helmets off, and helmets were such a big imagery thing this episode. So it's like,
Mhm.
yeah, I kind of almost saw it as like they're taking their helmets off to see the world clearer, and you can kind of see that with Crosshair too. Like, he didn't even have his helmet at the end. So I think that it was kind of foreshadowing
lost it,
too. Like, I'm seeing everything clear, and like I got my helmet off, and we all know that stormtroopers can't see that well with their helmets on. So you know, like there was like this weird like
Yeah.
imagery there, and I think that for me, my prediction is like he's gonna see. I don't think he's gonna like join the Bad Batch again. Like, I don't think it's gonna be that simple, but I think it's definitely he's starting to see the light, and he's starting to connect, and he's losing with feeling, because like that's the first person that we've seen him lose Mayday where he actually cared. Like, he connected with somebody and then he lost them, so he's starting to understand that loss. So I think we're gonna see like a humanization of Crosshair. Hopefully, that's my hope and prediction for sure.
Yeah, for sure. I think that's what they should do. anyways.
Yeah.
You know, it's
Yeah.
you know, I mean, with the way the season's been going, jumping here and there, you don't exactly know what's going to happen in the next episode or the following one after that.
For sure.
Who knows? They might save that whole Crosshair thing for season 3. You know, I mean, you never know. But hopefully, we get something good. You know, for the rest of this season for sure.
We turned into a Death Trooper.
Death Trooper.
I think they're going to capture Omega and they're going to bring her in, and then she's going to have a moment with him, and whether he's under some sort of process of being turned into the like right here what KG's saying, Death Troop or whatever.
Yeah.
Or
that's
but
true,
I think
the end he was laying down in a thing getting.
Yeah.
There'll probably be a sacrifice play because generally when a character has a redemption story that's murderous, Vader, for example, they don't continue. they kind of like Ben Solo, right? Sacrifice themselves, did the sacrifice play because they were so horrible, right? And just so that's just what I'm thinking.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Yeah. All right, and I think.
Well, I was gonna go to the bathroom real quick, but I'll make my prediction here before we get in Mando, because I know the Mando segment's gonna take a little bit longer. So, and I'm kind of the one narrating over that one. So the next episode is called Pabu, whatever that means, and the episode after that is called Tipping Point. So that's interesting. So I don't know what Pabu means. Anyone in the chat, let us know. But yeah, I don't know at this point. We still haven't seen Cody. I'm assuming he survived what happened to Rampart. I don't think Rampart's dead. And then, yeah, like Fate was saying, they did set up that, you know, the Empire is going to go after the Bad Batch. And now, like, Crosshair doesn't know that the Bad Batch is actually alive, and like vice versa. So when is that going to come into play?
Right.
But I don't really have any major predictions. They had like little snippets from the fillers, like they had the thief guy, Benny, that said he was going to help him out, and then what's going on with Sid right now? You know, Sid was shady to them, and that guy, that episode called Faster, that one guy was like, Sid will kind of betray you. So I'm just hoping they have like payouts for all these like teaser filler episodes.
Yeah.
But, yeah, sure.
No major predictions. Crosshair is not for this world for sure. Yeah. Tired of the trope that you have to die to get redemption. Ben Solo should have lived. I agree. Yeah. I think he should have lived too.
Sure.
Yeah. What's up, Kathy?
Hey, Kathy.
Oh, Kathy. That's my friend.
What's up?
What's up? So are we about to play the commercials?
Yep.
Your advertisement, and we'll get into that. Before we get into that, everyone's links are in the description below, so check them out. There is a Twitter poll that we'll look at. Your vote does matter. So yeah, check everyone's channels out. Fate does some awesome lightsaber content, and so does TJ. They both do a little bit of cosplay, and TJ, I'm sure one day she'll probably do more so YouTube.
Yeah, I'll get there one day. It just seems scary right now, so you know, I'm easing into it.
Dip your toes in.
Yeah.
Yep. And Fate does. He's been doing Friday Night Flow and streams on Saturday, so check those out. All right, back to you, Dan.
Sweet.
Shall we?
I don't have any. Yeah, go ahead, sir. You can play it.
Okay. So.
Okay.
What is this place? What is it that you do here? Merchandising. Merchandising, where the real money from the movie is made.
Oh, it's beautiful.
And yes, everybody, that is beautiful. We definitely have mugs, hoodies, stickers like you saw in the picture there. We got neck gaiters, which I call do-rags because I use it for anything. And
It
then that's it. It works. And then yeah. So if you guys like what we do here at Inside the Booth, you guys like what Tim does. Obviously, the best way to help support the channels is to like, subscribe, and share the content. And don't forget to ring the bell so you get notified for new streams that keep coming up. Also, here for Inside the Booth, we have a Patreon page. You can become a member for just $1 a month. And obviously the merchandise, if you like what we do and you don't want to give $1 a month, but you'd rather wear something, go ahead and buy something over on InsideTheBoothTV.com/shop and buy something fun. All right.
Sorry, did you want to show something?
And that's it. Huh? What was that?
Did you were you trying to show your merch or whatever? I had my headphones on, so.
Oh no, no, it's good. You played the
Gotcha.
video. I talked about it. That's all that needs to be done.
Gotcha. And yeah, so I also have a Raylo fund. You know, Raylos need to eat too. You know, they are people. They are nice people. So we love you 3,000. Support the Raylo fund. It's pinned in my chat and it's also in the description below. All right.
Nice.
Does it, yeah. All right. Does anyone else have anything to plug? I know we kind of do that towards the end, but anyone want to plug anything? Nope.
I'm going to be starting a reading. We're doing a TikTok live series pretty soon here, within the next week or so, and I'm doing a read aloud thing once a week. So come check that out on TikTok for sure. At DropItLikeItsHoth, it'll be on my lives, but. Yeah, we're going to read the High Republic books once a week. So we're going to read a chapter, so you don't even need to have a book. We'll read it to you. We'll do all the hard work, and then we're going to talk about it. So that's something that I can plug that I'm working on for sure.
That sounds pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
Check it out. Drop it like it's hot. And before we kind of move, I love that name, by the way.
It's super easy to remember, too. So, people tend to like it.
Yeah. Before we get into Mando, please like, share, subscribe to this video. I don't know how many likes we're at. I think we did hit 25, so goal this time is also 25. 25 for Inside the Booth. And before we move forward, I heard the word more earlier. It's my trigger word. So like this stream, subscribe for what? More! All right. Get the point. Do it now, not later.
Good to be
all
back.
Right. Yeah. But yeah, glad to have you back. Glad to have you back in action. KG's laughing. Atomic Ranger, what's up? Only 30 late. That's all right, man.
That's right.
At least you're here.
At least
More.
you're here.
Yeah, KG says more. Exactly. Josh Putney says, woo, I made it. Not sure for how long, but I made it. Awesome.
All right. Thanks, Josh. Good to
That's
see
what
you.
counts. It counts. He showed up.
Well, he plows. He plows a lot. So yeah. The other day he had to go plow.
Oh my God.
I'm not even gonna ask. I don't even want to know what that means. So.
Oh, snow.
Tractor.
Plow
Okay.
snow.
Okay, you might want
with
to
a snow
first.
plow. I'm sorry.
Wait, he plows? Hold what?
I can't believe you came. That's what she said.
Oh my gosh, I was thinking the whole time, I was like, oh Lord, he set himself up.
I did.
Sorry, I had to call it. I couldn't help myself.
That's okay.
Roads! Exclamation point.
Yeah.
I plowed roads.
Phrasing, Dan.
Roads. Yeah.
My bad.
What's up? Hey, Ambassador, on your left, geeks. Hey, buddy, thanks for being here. Using my little line there. I go to everyone's stream like on your left. Thanks for being here. Achilles Jones, I don't think I've seen you here before. Thanks for being here. Appreciate it.
Yeah.
Yeah, all right. So let's get into the Mando banger here. All right. So yeah, the first round is always initial thoughts, 2 to 3 minute round. We give our takes, pros, cons, whatever we want to bring up. And then we will look at the Twitter poll. The links are in the description below, along with everyone else's. links, check out their channels, and then we will move on to the game tape and decide, was this week a W or L for Bad Batch and The Mandalorian. So we'll also make our predictions and get out of the shebanger. So this is the way. All right. So first up, Dan the Law. Your thoughts on Mandalorian Chapter 18?
Chapter 18. Yeah, it was interesting. I think that's all I got.
Not good or bad?
Thanks, Dan.
Yeah, you're welcome.
So insightful.
Well,
I liked a little bit of it, but then was very confused with a lot of it. So, yeah, it was interesting.
Confused about what? I'm curious, and you don't have to go deep into it. I'm just curious.
I don't know. It's just, I guess I was expecting something different, some more explanation to the first episode. I don't know. It was, but of course it probably will, hopefully, come out with all the other episodes and how, and explain things. But
so more payouts, because the first episode had a lot of setup, right?
Right. If they were setups, I hope so. But but the way Star Wars has been lately, we don't know much. So
did you watch Clone Wars? Have you watched all of Clone Wars?
Yeah.
So it's definitely there's pulling stuff from there, but I feel like people would be really confused if
they haven't seen Clone Wars. Yeah, exactly. There's a lot of people who I know a lot of my Star Wars friends. They don't even watch Clone Wars, and they're really into Star Wars. They only watch the live stuff. And it's like, man,
that's a big deal, actually.
Yeah.
Like, a lot of people will not watch cartoons, but they'll tune in for the lives.
Mm-hmm.
That's true.
And we could talk about that, but I just I think Disney's making a sacrifice here for a new, because these kids that were raised on Clone Wars are tuning in, but I don't know if that's a big enough crowd.
Yeah. No, that's true. That's true. You got the.
All right. I understand what you're saying. We can get more into that. So, great thoughts on that, Dan the Law and TJ on the channel for the first time. Really appreciate it.
Yeah.
We got Saj Ventress with us tonight.
Maybe one day.
That's awesome. She does an awesome cosplay for that. But your thoughts on Chapter 18 of The Mandalorian?
I liked it. I think it's setting up for some certain things, and it made me really nervous because I thought they were going to talk about Satine, and then I was going to cry, because even in a couple of the shots, they're in the same place that Obi-Wan and Satine were, and so there's a few things that I definitely caught that made me really excited. But I think this was also a coming of age thing for Bo-Katan, so I really liked it. I liked where it's going, and when it ended, I was like, no, I want more. I know I shouldn't, but I want more. So for me,
more.
Kylo Ren's coming out.
I did it.
Wait a second. Did you said more? Oh, hold back, man.
Yeah.
Exactly.
More Mando.
Yes, more Mando.
More Mando. I see. Faith's trying to trigger me. He's trying to use my word. But, all right. So yeah, great thoughts on that. Yeah, I'll get to my thoughts later. But Faith back on the channel, the master of the lightsaber. Your thoughts on this episode of Mandalorian? This is the way.
It's great to see. Great to see Bo-Katan. Grogu mix it up. I really felt like this was a therapeutical episode for Bo-Katan. She's lost it all, and they all have, right? The Mandalorians have all lost it all, but we've got a religious undertone going on right now. Din Djarin comes from a zealot group of people. That's what I really appreciate this, and I really want this story told. I hope they focus in more and more on this and really talk more about the Death Watch and maybe see a redemption of the entire Death Watch as Mandalore comes back together again as one. Obviously, there's going to be people who resist that. It wouldn't be right if they didn't tell a story like that. But I think it was a beautiful, like all the way through to the end, when her face just sort of had that moment of pride when she saw him baptizing, and I think she experienced that that hope again. That they've been painting this picture of her as being drab, and they're trying to do it real quick, like, so to get across that she's lost everything. She's lost the Darksaber, but here she has this one person who still believes in even the old strictures and stuff like that. And I just really appreciate it, guys. I do.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, great thoughts on that. I can definitely see like the biblical aspect of it.
Absolutely.
I'll get into that. I'll expand on that a little bit more too. Ambassador, what's up? Of course, I came for the Mando talk. Mando makes everyone come, especially Bo-Katan. Oh man, I see what you did there. About a nice.
I did get some shipping vibes in this one.
Oh, dude, I was on a stream earlier, and my friend K-Dots was like all about that, and just the way he was talking about it. I will point this, but Bo-Katan at this point is like 50 years old, and Din's like 30 something.
Cougar Katan?
Like, yeah.
Is she really?
Yeah, or I think she's about 50 at this point.
Because she was only like 19 during the Clone Wars. She was very young during the Clone Wars, so I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, she looks 50 right now.
Yeah, I don't know. We'll have to Google it later. Let us know in the chat, because I thought I looked it up and I was like, it's older Bo-Katan. So, but she looks great.
She's a babe, so
yeah,
whatever.
She's very nice. Josh says that Mythosaur reveal was huge. Yeah, definitely. What's up, y'all? I hope everyone is well tonight. The Science Dictionary. Yep. All right. Yeah, my thoughts. I thought this was a banger of an episode. Like, seeing the Mythosaur, of course. Bo-Katan was bad AF, dude. Like, the way she was like wielding the Darksaber was awesome. Just her overall like military aspect of just how she didn't get caught in the traps. She was, she was the boss, and it was kind of her like coming into Jesus moment. And Mando's kind of the one bringing her into the light, because she was kind of said all this stuff is like a myth, and you guys are zealots, and you guys are cultists. And then this was kind of this. You could tell she was kind of a broken person, where she was just sitting in her chair like this or whatever. How long was she sitting in that chair for? But yeah. But basically, Mandalorian, Din Djarin's kind of the proof that Mandalore is inhabitable, and so that's why she goes with Grogu. And then when she sees the Mythosaur, I like her look. She's like all shocked, like in the water. And yeah, I love this episode. I don't really have any like major nitpicks or anything. We'll get into that into the breakdown. But yeah, anything else we want to touch on before we look at the Twitter poll?
I think it's interesting how they started the season with it like a baptism type ritual, and then the next episode they ended the episode with like a baptism type ritual. So it's really interesting, like the cleansing of Din, and then like there's just a lot of themes that I think are going to come up that are really, really, really interesting and deep.
I'm getting like grace and religiousness, like the two sides of belief system, right?
I agree. And they set up Bo-Katan to be like, in the first episode, kind of the antagonist, and now that's not really necessarily what she's looking like anymore. So it'll be interesting for sure.
How old was Bo-Katan in Rebels?
I don't remember.
Someone Google, let us know. Hell Brown's channel.
I got early 50s on one deal right here.
Really?
Yeah, it says she was in her early 20s in the Clone Wars, and now 30 years later in the Mandalorian, she's in her early 50s.
Oh,
well, dang. Drop the skincare routine, because somebody's gotta know.
That's funny. Yeah, she's looking great. I'm trying to think anything else. So I think we're about to look at the Twitter poll, decide. It's still open if anyone wants to vote. Check it out. Link is in the description below. What's Kathy saying here? Thought about adding Targaryen to my name. Do it, Kathy. Do it now, not later. All right. I got you, girl. I got you. All right, so here's the Twitter poll. Mandalorian Season 3, Episode 2, thoughts. Banger. How about Dan? Do you want to read this for me? The first one for me?
I can't even see it.
Oh, darn it. I wanted you to read it, but all right, never mind. Okay,
Oh,
it says Banger Bubbe, 51.6%. Good, 22.6%. Meh, 16.1%. And just no Bubbe, 9.7%. 31 votes, still 3 days left.
there you go.
So it seems pretty favorable. What do we got? About like 74% that actually liked it, and then about 20, about 30% or less than 30% that didn't really like it. So I think that's pretty good. I guess let's go around the horn, more so rapid fire. Like as far as in our sphere, what are we kind of hearing from like the word of mouth? Dan,
I'm not sure. I really didn't get on the internet too much this week. I had a bunch of other stuff to do too.
yeah.
So my bad. I didn't hear
that's
too
fine.
much. Not like not like last time. But
Yeah. Fate.
My instincts are telling me that they probably took a hit. We all know why. But I think that people that are still kind of like, curious to see what Jon Favreau does about this, they're going to probably be tuning in. But I haven't really heard much because, I mean, a lot of the people that I'm in my like community, family, unity area is like, they're pro Mando. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, definitely. TJ.
I'm lost a little bit. Are you just talking about like what we've heard like other people say about the video or about the episode? Yeah, I feel like my community that I'm part of and a lot of my friends are just really excited to see Bo-Katan like in her era. So and like with the mythosaur, so I've heard a lot of positive things. I have yet to hear any like super negative stuff. So
yeah,
a lot of people excited about the mythosaur.
Yeah,
the mythosaur is I've heard that was fun to see.
Yeah.
They did it in a good way too. That wasn't cheesy.
Yeah, it didn't. Yeah, and it didn't show the whole thing. You just saw parts of it. Yeah, that was good.
Yeah, mine, I think it's been overwhelmingly positive. Even the channels that more so kind of like, hate most of Star Wars, even they were kind of like liking it. So, because it's Disney Star Wars, right? You got like certain people just because it's Disney. But no, it seemed a little bit more positives, which is fine because I do follow a lot of diverse channels or whatever. So I like to see their perspective and try to understand. But maybe I don't agree with a lot of their takes. But I think this was definitely positive.
For sure.
I want a dragon egg so I can hatch it. Kathy's all over the place. All right, so we'll move into the game tape. Decide was this week a W or an L for Star Wars. Let me share the screen. Here we go. All right, so we're back on Tatooine, and there's some type of celebration going on. We see, or the
it's the hut. What hut is it?
It starts with a B.
It starts with a B.
Anakin says it also in the Phantom Menace.
Let me see. I'm trying to see if I can find. It's called the Boonta Eve.
Boonta Eve. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah. So everything's going wild, and then she. What is her name? Pelimoto.
Peli.
Yeah, she's like all like getting scam artist here against like Etsy Greedo over here.
I love her. Yeah. I love her. I think she's great. She's hilarious.
Yeah, she is
in a barfly kind of way.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then we got the Jawas that stole the parts or whatever, and then
and then
resells them the same.
Yeah, same part. She says paint them so that he doesn't know that they're his.
I mean,
paint them, make them look different.
So it's
Well, yeah, that's true. I mean, do what you got to do to make some money, I guess.
Yeah. But yeah, I thought this was great. Yeah, just paint them. don't like scruff them up anything or change. Just paint them. They won't notice. And then and then we got Mando showing up in his the N1 Starfighter. Is that his ship? N1 Naboo fighter. And then
It's
we
the yellow ones from episode 2.
Hey, we get a word right here too.
do we? Oh,
Yeah.
do we?
It
Hold
wasn't
on.
like a real word, but yeah.
What
He
did-
opened his mouth
he
a little
try-
further than normal.
I think he said her name, didn't he? Pele.
I think she said that he said her name, but he didn't
He didn't actually say it.
I don't think he actually said it.
She just wanted it to be
He's trying
her.
to claim a win.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
It was funny the way he jumped out of the thing. It looked like somebody threw a dog.
I did not like that.
That's
Yeah.
my one gripe. I will have. That's my one gripe. For
They've
sure.
got to do something about the. They made Yoda better like 20 years ago. You know what I'm saying?
Right when he jumps straight. Yeah.
Yeah. It looks too much of like a stuffed animal, right?
Yeah.
Like a,
Yeah, it does.
Yeah.
Yeet to.
It's getting
Yeah,
rough.
A
guys.
yeet. A nice yeet.
yeah.
Ready, catch it.
Yeah. I'll say this. It was kind of a callback to Yoda because Yoda does the flip. So I think that's what they were trying to go with, but it didn't
Yeah.
like
You
the
think-
puppet
you
looks
think
so
that's what-
bad.
Yeah. You
It
think
didn't
that's what
land
it was?
per se.
Yeah. But
It was more of a yeah.
Thank you. You got that. Thank you.
yeah.
Mhm.
Let me see. Let's go on with Melvin here. I think the Mythosaurus is there to inspire Bo-Katan to set up and do something amazing. Hope it's not just a member berry. That's what I'm thinking too.
Yeah.
I think it's
I agree.
All right. So Mando's basically looking for this chip for IG, and what'd she say? That something about the parts about it being like a dinosaur, or that thing's old. We're not gonna have it.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then she sells them what's it, N5D4 droid, which is like I like how she pats it down and it starts breaking.
Well, that looks like the droid.
It's red.
Dread, yeah.
Red.
Red. That's what I was gonna say. Red from New Hope. There.
Yeah.
When he comes, he's going, and then his power converter busts. Oh,
Yeah.
we got a bad power converter. Oh yeah. What are you trying to sell me? You know. And, so, and I was like,
Yeah, according to
droid.
canon, he did that on purpose because R2 wanted him to.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he coaxed him into doing it so he could go with Luke.
That
Gotcha.
apparently is the same droid, and it's exactly the same droid they used in
R5?
New Hope too.
Is
Yeah,
it the
R5.
exact? It can't be the exact same, is it?
Well, yeah, I guess they like roughed up the top for Rogue One. No, wherever there was a cameo, I can't remember. He was in a cameo for something, and they like roughed up the top, and it's the same one they
Okay.
used. So
Same actual body.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
This was from earlier. Achilles says, "Laugh, I'm one of those, but because of Gina stuff, I understand that." And the Kenobi show was not like the best. I love Favreau and Filoni, so I'm conflicted. Yeah,
Mhm.
fair enough.
Yeah.
All right, so basically, she gives him this droid, and he just kind of accepts it. She cleans it up and washes it up. It looks a lot better when he gets it back. And
That's supposed to take place of the
IG-11.
IG-11 droid, right?
So I think he came to get parts for the IG-11 so they could rebuild it, and he's got to go to Mandalore, and he was worried about the atmosphere, right? So she sent that droid instead.
But he doesn't.
Yeah, but didn't
droid.
he say in the first episode that he didn't want any other droid though, and then he just takes this one? See, that's where I get confused. Like, why you say one thing in one episode and then in the next you totally throw it out and be like, oh, who cares? No one's gonna notice. It's a new episode. I don't know.
Yeah.
well,
just desperation too, because he can't get a part. So if you can't get a part, you kind of have to make do, right? But I get what you're saying for sure.
Yeah. Well, and she's kind of his like last resource. He trusts her, and she's like, "Oh, you're not really going to find it." But though, what if when he comes back, assuming he comes back, she has the part for him? Like, look what I found for you. buddy,
Yeah.
and then it'll have some sort of payout. So
Right. Yeah, that's true.
I think I'm with Dan on this. Like, he has PTSD from the Clone Wars,
Yeah.
and there is a story there. So like, you know, I don't know. They're gonna have to character develop that. So
Yeah, I think they're gonna have to.
Yep. And then we get this cute
I guess
shot
you change when you become a parent.
Yeah, yeah, I guess so.
Yeah. Yeah. So they're flying to Mandalore, and on the way, he's kind of teaching Grogu how to navigate. Talks about how Mandalorians need to be able to navigate. He shows them where Bo-Katan lives, which has payout for later on. So, yeah, I thought it was
There's
pretty good.
merchandising shop.
Yeah, I thought that was cool how they were showing like how the ship works too, because we haven't got that a lot. It was like the actual explanation on, what certain dials are, or where Din grew up, or all those fun things that we didn't really get to see that much, because it is kind of like extended universe type stuff. But I think it was cool that they did a little blurb on that for sure.
And we got the fireworks scene with the oohs and the ahs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pretty.
When they fly off.
Yeah, and it kind of connects. Like, we know Mando's from Concordia, and then he shows like Bo's. They're all kind of in the same system, so they're not super far away from each other.
But he had never been to Mandalore, right? This was like his first venture to actual Mandalore. He'd only been on the moon, so
Yeah,
correct.
Yeah. Yep. It was kind of crazy. It kind of tricked you. It's like at first when he went to Mandalore, like, oh man, this is gonna be rough. Like, it's like raining and storming in the atmosphere, but once he breaks through it, it's like nice weather. So I thought that was interesting.
yeah, because the armorer said it was cursed, and then he also believes that, so it's kind of like, it's a breaking of that myth, which I thought was cool imagery too.
Yeah. Yep. So they land pretty easily. We see the planet with the crystallized. I don't know what do we call the green stuff?
Kryptonite.
Kryptonite. Yeah. This is planet Krypton right here.
This is a crossover event.
Yeah.
I love
exactly. Fate. Yeah. Fate sources from Disney told them that.
Henry Cavill's in that cave.
Yeah. So we get destroyed. Basically, destroyed. R5 has to go get a sample to establish whether it's breathable or not.
Right. Which didn't make sense that he went so far away. Couldn't he just got a sample like next to the ship? He was already outside. He goes away and then goes behind a crystallized mountain thing.
How are they going to lose the droid?
He disappears. It's to make the movie happen. Oh, okay. This sounds good. They just didn't make much sense.
Next slide, Tim. Next slide.
All right, gotcha. Yeah. And then they're like, "Oh crap, R5's gone." I like how Grogu's kind of like worried about the droid.
It's like, Dad.
Look at his little ear folded back on the canopy.
Yeah.
We lost the dog, Dad. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Aw. And then let me see.
I got to take a leak.
Yeah.
Right.
He pressurizes his helmet. That's why he's got that breathing thing going. My son was like, is that Darth Vader? I go, no.
Yeah, his voice would sound different.
Yeah, a little bit, yeah.
What's Kathy's doing emojis that I can't see.
She does that.
I can't see it either.
Darn you, Kathy. Darn you.
I'm a I can't see it either.
Okay. And then so he gets in, he's going straight into the, cave of Krypton. Kind of looking around.
So this is the same spot that Kenobi and Satine were talking, like that big balcony. Do you know what I'm talking about? I can't remember the name of that main city, but this is that's the same place. So it gives you an idea of like the destruction of how beautiful that city was, and then now this is what it looks like.
Now Den's going to use it as a toilet.
Yeah,
That's it.
pretty much.
Yeah.
So
Gotta go here.
when these monsters came out, the only thing I
Alamites.
could think of was where the wild things are.
Yeah.
I was like, hey, look, where the
Yeah.
wild things are monsters.
And the time
running
machine with
around.
Guy Pearce.
Yep,
Kind
that's
of.
it.
Yeah.
That's it.
Kind of
That's
looked
it.
like those guys.
Oh
too.
yeah, those ones too. Yeah. Yep.
It was the Alamites here. There was kind of practical effects rather than like CGI.
Yes,
So-
they were. Now I was, for being Star Wars, these don't look too Star Warsy to me. I don't know why. Just because they kind of look like other monsters from other movies and stuff.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Yeah, I mean, if other people seen them, and probably maybe in Clone Wars or something, I don't know.
Yeah.
Have they shown these monsters
No.
before?
I haven't. I don't have any recollection of them, but Bo-Katan says that they lived in the wilds of Mandalore, and they must have moved in on the.
I feel like those might be the what's the word, where things are there before, like the indigenous
natives.
races, of Mandalore. That's what I've heard through other people, so that could be what it is. But
yeah,
Could be.
they're called Alamites. I looked it up like the other day. But
They're definitely there to show you that
Sounds like a bug.
that Dan can't use the Darksaber very well yet.
Yeah.
Right. Exactly.
What do we think about that? What do we think about that?
I think he doesn't want it. That's why he can't have it, because we go through all of these people, all these like Maul wanted it so he could use it, but everyone else, I mean, Bo-Katan can use it because she wants it. He doesn't really. He's like, I think me and Faye had talked about this before. It's like he doesn't want that power. He's like, nah. So it's like hard for him, but he knows that he needs it. So.
Yeah,
I feel a lot of people want Bo-Katan to regain this, and I went on that journey too. Like I watched all the Clone Wars and stuff like that. But here we have a guy that actually probably, because he's naive, right? He's a naive character. He's pure in that sense. I mean, obviously he's a bounty hunter and he ain't afraid to like take someone's life, but in a certain sense, he has sort of a noble purity to him that is hidden. I think. Like I just see a lot in that character that. I think a lot of people consider him to be dumb and stuff like that at times. And he's just a zealot that's been, I think I referenced like you tie an elephant to a pole when it's a baby. And if it grows up and you take that rope away, it's going to stay near that pole. And that's all he knows is just this zealotry and leaving his helmet on and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Hold on, guys. I think I can do it. Hold on.
Is it really heavy? Oh.
Heavy? Oh, it's really heavy, isn't it? Oh man, pick that thing up.
Oh, cut my arm.
Small.
I don't know. It's the Walmart version.
It's the Hasbro.
Whatever.
Hasbro.
Yeah.
Come on, I said go up there.
Yeah.
The Hasbro.
Why is it so
toy.
small?
I got
That's
that
what
one
she said.
too.
Is that what you said?
Over there.
That's what she said. Gotcha. Yeah. No, I would like the Black Series one eventually. So, but yeah. Yeah, I guess my comments on this. Bo-Katan's wielded this thing before, and
she's an
Din's,
established character.
Yeah, and Din's not like stable right now. Like I feel like he'd wield it better if he was cleansed at this point because he's like conflicted
Because
in
you
his head.
because the conflict, right?
But what about the fact that she keeps referencing her family? Her family, I used to rule this. My family used to rule this. Like, that was such a big theme in this. So do you think that plays a part in her deserving the Darksaber? Because you're supposed to win it in combat, but technically only Maul has. So I don't know.
Yeah, because she's royalty, pretty much.
Yeah, well, her family is like, she's so deeply ingrained in Mandalore and Mandalore culture. So
yeah. Yeah, I think that's part of it too. She has like this, I don't want to call it arrogance, but she's comfortable. She knows herself. She's like, I'm royalty pretty much. And
let's call it confidence instead of arrogance. It sounds better.
Yeah. Yep. Indeed. All right. So then Mando gets the droid back. We got Grogu just chilling here. He's like, "Sup?" And then I don't know what else. They establish it is breathable, and then they're like, "Okay, let's go back in there. Nothing bad's gonna happen."
Even though I just saw some monsters.
Yeah.
Oh, those monsters must be gone by now. They won't come back.
Yeah.
I scared them away.
Not a big deal. No,
With
nothing
a
wrong
stone.
here.
I threw the stone down the the cave and they got scared.
Yeah. I do like how he drops down with his jetpack, and you see like
Yeah.
the buildings
Right.
and stuff. Yeah.
Mhm. That was cool.
Okay,
was like
so this is like
Oh, sorry.
do what? What'd you say?
I was just saying it's like a practical use of the jetpack, which we've seen more of it in combat instead of just like practical use like that. So it was I thought that was cool too.
Yeah.
And then he kind of walks into. He sees a Mandalorian helmet, and here it is. And then
Yeah, that
bam,
was
he gets.
sad.
Okay, question about that. And I don't know if you want me to wait till after, but so you know how Sabine only made the only weapon that could do that to Beskar, right? So do we think that that's what was used in this? Is that weapon that because that's the only weapon we know of that can ruin Beskar like that. So it's like maybe an interesting Rebels nod. I'm not sure.
Could be.
I
Do you know what I'm
don't
talking about? The big thing the big weapon that Sabine made.
Like a laser.
It was it's from Clone War or from
Rebels.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Rebels.
Yeah.
I have to watch it again.
Yeah, it destroys Beskar.
And it's the only thing. So and he holds up a helmet and it's absolutely obliterated. So is that what they used? Because what else would do that?
I don't know.
think
That's
it's
a
just
good point.
fusion bombs, right? Like the.
Yeah, but does that but where did that come from? You know, so I don't know if that's like nodding to that or if they're even going to bring that in there.
Right. Interesting.
Yep. Let me see. Mandalorian are really dirty as they can't wash properly with the helmet on. Thanks for that. On your right. What's up, Lisa? No, Mandalorians, they go through car washes. That's how they, take baths.
That's it.
Yep.
They don't care about their inner body and the armor. They just got to make the armor nice.
Yeah, they don't wash the inside of the cup.
Oh Lord.
Right.
All right, so this robot monster thing has an eyeball. What was that? Is that like a General Grievous type of thing going on, or what?
That's what I was thinking.
That's TJ's favorite character.
Oh, I saw that and I was like, no, why? I really don't like Grievous. It's unpopular opinion, but I saw Grievous and was like, no, this is what this is. It's definitely a nod to Grievous, but
right. Yeah. But it didn't make the noises of those like bug-like things. I can't even think of their names. But it was like the noise that he was making, right? Sounded like them. Geonosians. That's what they are. The Geonosians. The bug-looking.
The ugly bugs. Yeah.
Yeah, the ugly bugs.
Very like Mad Max too. Like I feel like that, even like the Cajun stuff. I know we're not quite there, but we're kind of there. But it was very like Mad Max vibes.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, and like General Grievous Jr. over here is like siphoning.
Right, exactly.
That's his dog.
Okay, so that's my second gripe, but I'll complain a little bit. That's my second gripe. Don't like him.
Oh, is it?
That's like when a heel in wrestling is doing their job, you hate them. So General Grievous was just doing his job, and you hated him.
Yeah, exactly.
Star Wars Architects.
Hey. What up? What's up, guys? Yo, what up? Thanks for being here, man. Appreciate it. I'll have to get you on very soon, maybe next week.
Sounds like good to go. He's good to go on a panel, man.
Sweet,
awesome.
Yeah, we love him. He's great.
Do you think Adam Driver sometimes accidentally signs his name as Tim Possible? I can't confirm.
Yes. I love it.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yep. All right. So he's siphoning his blood out of him and feeding off of it.
I think that's what he was supposed to be doing, right?
Yeah. You know what it reminds me? I just thought of this. Jack and
The
Jill in a
eyeball.
way.
Hmm.
You know, Jack and Jill, the witches make the kids fat,
Oh,
you know, and then like eats them. So I don't know, maybe a little of that, but
didn't they also suck the blood out of people in Mad Max too? Like the most recent one? Didn't they survive off of blood or something?
I only watched the Mel Gibson ones.
yeah.
You know.
Um,
There's
don't
no
know,
other
yeah.
Mad Max, in my opinion.
Dan's classic. I get that.
Oh, yeah.
I get that.
Yeah, what do we think of this
Got
part?
some
I know we
similar
saw
things
this.
to say about Indy.
Yeah.
Yeah, did we like this part? We saw it in the trailer, but
Yeah.
I saw an edit that was like, "I need a hero." You know that song?
That's,
This
yeah,
whole
I saw
scene,
that too. Yeah.
and that's all I can see now when I see this scene. And I was like, they should have just used that song because it works perfectly. But
Achilles Jones says they look like Morlocks. They kind of do.
Yeah.
But I still say, you know, where's Wild Things Are.
Yeah.
Line of that cyborg. All right, yeah. So yeah, that's perfect. I
Yeah,
could see like making an edit. Like, I need a
that-
hero.
yeah,
I saw
somebody
that.
did, and it was so good. It was so good. And
Oh,
And whoop bam. Yep. Throws them out.
okay.
Now
So-
this also kind of gets me. This is another editing issue.
Let me see.
He jumps out of his what is that thing? His little egg timer or whatever.
His
Thing
pod.
Bassinet.
Yes, POC, yeah, proc, whatever. Sorry. He jumps out of it, gets in there, flies away, and then he comes back with it. They don't show like him. I don't know.
No, he doesn't come back with it. The ship stays on Navarro on Bo's planet because
Right,
Grogu.
the ship does, but not his little.
Bassinet.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. He didn't have time, Dan. He's a gangster.
Yeah,
so
but
he didn't have time to
how does
pack.
he come back? How does he have it when he's in the ship? That's my question. In the other ship, you know.
Is
Unless
it part
they
of his
had him-
pod or something? Like he's got a compartment.
Unless
that
he's
he
got
puts
like a
inside?
note. She had one in there. Oh, look, I got one for you. It's. I mean, I don't know.
Surely they have like a scene where it's attaching or something. Maybe I don't know.
Or going up
That's-
where R5 comes out, because we did see that. So maybe it just like goes into that chute or something.
Maybe
I
it's
don't
maybe it's
know.
like one of those like
maybe.
NPCs on a video game, and it starts following him real slowly through space, and then he's like passes it on his way back, and it turns around and
It's like a familiar kind of. Yeah.
it's a familiar bassinet.
Yeah.
It's like a magnet to a ship. It just attaches, right?
That's it. I mean, that
Yeah.
it could have happened off screen, but you know,
Yeah,
those things I get irritated with.
that and the jeans guy.
Yeah.
They just
then
gave
we
it to the
got-
jeans guy. He held it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. And then we got Bo Karen over here. She looks through the window. Gosh dang, I thought I told
I
Mando.
told him, right, I told him never to come back.
Yeah.
Bo Karen.
Yeah. Bo Karen.
Bo Karen.
Look at that look. Yeah. Look at that look. She's like, I thought I told you not to come on my yard. I don't know.
And then she's like,
So
"Oh,
mad at
it's
him.
the baby."
Yeah. And then she's like, all right, now I know that Mandalore is inhabitable. They jet off. Her ship's pretty cool too. It's called the Gauntlet Starfighter.
Yeah, I liked her ship. That was cool. How when it lands, the wings go up.
Yeah. She seems kind of exhilarated. Like she's like excited. Like when she's going through the atmosphere. She's like, oh man, this is going to be a
to the
mission.
right. In that
But has
picture
she-
there, he's sitting in his little thingy.
How'd she
What are those
been?
called again, TJ?
I just call it a bassinet.
Yeah, I called it a pod. I don't know.
Pod. Okay, yeah.
I don't know
That's
what it
I
is.
think that's probably what it is.
But had she
Um,
been back to Mandalore at this point? Because I feel like she hadn't. So this is her like first time going back to Mandalore. So maybe this is why she's like kind of hyped to go back there. And she's kind of given a reason to, because it's probably really like
Right.
PTSD styles. So like, I don't know. That could be like the sense of excitement, but because I don't imagine it's great to
If
see.
I was doing nothing for years and all my people left me, I probably would have already traveled there to just check it out. You know?
Yeah. You know,
But you know,
I
mean,
the bassinet looks different.
I used
like
to buy
it looks
cigarettes in that store over there, and it's like driving through your old
I'm sure it
town.
looks different. I think it's the same one.
I went to school over here.
Yeah, right,
We
exactly.
played soccer out there.
Exactly.
The kids don't care. They're sitting in there. And like, I don't care. Like,
What doesn't
"Kill
care?
me." There used to be a
Yeah.
cellar. I think it's out there in the weeds somewhere.
Yep.
Oh, Lord. There's not enough walks in the Mandalorian, but he's talking about like from Obi-Wan Kenobi. We had the one guy that wore a walk on his head. That was you know who I'm talking about? The
Inquisitor?
Inquisitor. He had like a walk on his head.
Mhm.
So on his channel, I called him like Darth Walk or something like that. So
Nice.
it's a joke. Yeah. All right. So they're flying to the planet, and is that what you're talking about, Fate? What in that scene about like there's the gas station? That's kind of the conversation she's having with Grogu. Is that what you're talking about?
She's like, I really hate your dad, but I love him.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Now they have a good moment here. What does she talk to him about? She tells him about
Her family.
yeah.
She talks about ruling, and there's been quite a few times where both her and Dan has said it used to be beautiful. It used to be green and lush and beautiful. So
He's kind of like Chewie. He doesn't talk, but he like you can understand him, but he knows what you're saying.
Right.
yes, that's the one I was talking about.
An arc
The arc
generator.
pulse generator. Okay.
Yeah, that's the one I was talking about. I couldn't remember the name.
Hey, David.
Gotcha. What's up,
So-
brother? There's my brother from Canada. No, I'm just-
That's where I'm from.
well, he's not really from
Originally.
Canada.
Oh, wah,
It's
wah,
a-
wah.
It's an ongoing joke.
Oh no, against
and-
Canadians.
and
So
for-
I'm
for-
Canadian.
No,
Oh,
just-
Uh-oh. Did I stumble upon something?
Oh, you hit a spot.
you hit a spot.
I don't
No,
know.
I don't know. I guess I just don't feel like explaining it.
That's funny.
Whatever, Dan. Whatever.
Emotional damage.
I'm sorry for what my country did. I don't know.
No, you just got to be inside the boother to understand. I guess it's like an inside joke, you know.
I believe you. for a second.
Wait a second. So it's inside the booth.
Mhm.
It's
That's
inside
right.
the computer.
Oh, by the way, tonight is our 36th video we've made.
Oh, okay.
So
Oh, very nice.
you can go one day a year. Well, plus one. Watch a video a year, everybody. Plus one.
How close are you to 1,000? Getting close, aren't you?
Yeah, we're getting close. I think about 13 or 14 more subscribers, and we'll hit 1,000.
Ooh.
Nice.
How many did you gain from last week? Like, what was the jump?
I think about 10.
Wow.
Ooh.
So from last week to now, yeah, about 10 subscribers. So that's good.
Heck yeah.
Sure.
I'll start plugging everyone's channel in the chat. I know people don't want to go to the description. It's too far away. I get it.
It's a lot of work. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
All
put
right.
yours in too, so it comes up on my end as well.
I can get it, Tim. If you...
Oh, thank you. So
Melvin, thank you.
they're in the cave of Krypton again.
Yep.
Yeah.
At least she knows what those monsters are, and she's like, "Oh, yep, they're there." Like she knew exactly where they were. So
Yeah.
that was cool.
Yeah, she was a lot more seasoned, right? She's like, this is her turf.
Yeah,
Pretty much.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah, another dope shot of jetpack, and yeah, I like the shot.
I can
Yeah.
imagine like the emotional damage she felt going back there. Because that's where she kind of lost everything. So it's like, it's probably like pretty emotional for her to be back there seeing it like that. So it's interesting that angle for sure for her.
Yep. And then like plus she saw this place beautiful and now it's destroyed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She sees it all beat up.
So this part was pretty cool. She actually like could see she's a little bit more tech savvy or just like more aware. She can actually see the Alamites hiding in the the ceiling.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see.
She shoots at him first.
Yeah, this is cool.
That was a cool shot. That was a cool scene.
Yeah. And she has like a knife. Is she jabbing this thing with a knife or? Let's see. Does that thing? What is that in the background?
I can't tell.
Does she do her own stunts? I wonder who does the stunts for Katie, for Bo-Katan.
I don't know. That's good. Yeah, she's been in a lot of action stuff. Like she was in Riddick. I was looking up her filmography. She was in Battlestar Galactica. Yeah, she's been in a lot of stuff.
Bears, Beats, and Battlestar Galactica.
Bear,
Longmire.
Bear. Yeah, I get the reference. Bears, Beats, Battlestar Galactica.
Yes.
It's like, what are you doing? He's like, what's the boss's name? Gosh dang it. He's like, Michael.
Michael.
Yeah.
Good old Office.
She was in Longmire. Nobody does their own stunts. Joseph Malozzi from Dark Matter has stated that. Oh, gotcha.
Oh. I didn't know.
I mean, yeah, some people do, like in different shows, like Donnie Yen, Tom Cruise. I'm sure there's some chicks that do it, like the Magistrate in season 2 of The Mandalorian, Dinah Leon Santos. She does her own stunts. So
it's certain stunts. It's not all stunts. Like there's gonna be stuff that's like not easily taught or just dangerous, but
yeah. All right. Let's see. So she takes the Alamites pretty easly, and then we see Grievous cooking Grievous Jr. TJ's favorite character, cooking Mando. So does like when you warm up someone, does that make blood like flow better?
I don't know what's happening there. That was a strange. I don't know.
It knows what's happening.
Yeah, it definitely knows what's happening for sure. But also, that doesn't look like organic matter to me. So why does he need? Like, I don't even see a cyborg part of him because it's just a screen with an eye. So, like, why does he need blood? Like, there's a lot of questions I need answered with this one. But maybe that's because I don't like Grievous. So I'm like, I want to not like this. So tell me why I can not like this.
Yeah. Yeah, sub to everyone's channels. Sub to my channel we're watching from the booth. Sub to Fate's channel. Let's see. It's TJ's channel.
Okay.
And then do it now, not later. Not now. I mean, not later, sorry. Yeah. Arnold's taking over the stream now. Okay.
That's pretty good, Arnold. I like it.
I like it very much. Now this is my Elvis. Not as good though. Yeah. So yeah, it just looks like it's like one big eye or just like a head. It doesn't look like it actually has a body, but it's kind of like this spider. Well, it's not like a spider. Like we kind of see later on when Bo takes it out.
It's ugly, whatever it is, and I don't like it.
Yeah, it's like one of those ugly bugs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's great character design. I'll give you that, but it's just
Sure. Yeah.
It's awful.
Yeah, this part, like, she doesn't realize that this thing, is going full on boss mode. Mando's like has to tell her. She's like,
Yeah,
asking
behind
Mando,
you.
what? Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's see.
I
I like the way she.
still,
Oh,
at
go
that
ahead.
part where we're almost at it, I literally was like, yeah, I was so excited.
Yeah, it's pretty cool action. I like the way she's on the ground. I was trying to find that spot, but like she pulls the lightsaber or the dark saber to her with her.
Oh, with their little wrist thing. Shoo!
Y-
And it shoots
yeah,
out, grabs it.
full on Scorpion mode from Mortal Kombat.
That's
Get
it.
over here.
I was thinking Batman grappling hook,
Oh yeah, that too. So yeah, this stuff is just
Yeah,
awesome.
this
She
scene,
just
yeah.
And she's got that little light shield there. That's cool.
yeah.
And like she pulls it all along the top there. That was like the coolest part.
Yeah. That was great.
Yeah. It's why does she Mando doesn't have that little shield thing like she does.
Well, I think he's got the little missiles of his, doesn't he? Or he used to, anyways. I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't know what he's got now.
the sparrows or whatever they're called.
Yeah,
Whistling sparrows.
yeah, that's what it is.
This part remind me of Tim Burton's 9 movie.
Ah,
I don't,
yeah, that's a good reference.
but yeah, so we move on to the scene where Bo's making her boyfriend some soup, and Yoda or Baby Yoda is looking at it, and he's like hungry. He's like, give me some. What type of soup is it?
Liquid soup? I don't know.
Pog
But it
soup.
was like hog soup that Mandalorians all grew up on, but because he didn't grow up on Mandalore, I guess he'd never had it. I don't
Right.
know.
And then he just tilts his mask up a little bit to eat it or to
Yeah.
drink
All
it.
I could think of was porg soup, but I know that was not what they meant. But that's all that was running through my head when they said pog soup. So,
Yeah.
no, not the cute little porgs.
The little porgs. I love it.
Yeah.
Eat the porgs.
So
Chewbacca
he's
would like that one.
Yeah.
So now he's like, I'm not going with you, Bo-Katan. I got to go, fill my destiny, bathe in the minds of Mandalore to be cleansed. And she's kind of looking at him like he's cray. And she's like, okay, I'll go with you. I'm not going to fight you on this.
Go with you because, I know the place and you don't know where you're going.
I also don't want to save your ass again. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think it's important too, like at this point, nobody actually truly believes. Well, maybe like the full blown, but even the armorer said that the oh my god, the creature? Why am I spacing right now?
The mythosaur was dead. Didn't she say it was dead?
Yeah. Mythosaur. That's the word.
Yeah.
Nobody believes in it. They all said it was myth.
Right.
So like at this point, like, she's kind of going in there like, yeah, whatever. Like, I'll take you.
The armor and Bo-Katan are going to clash eventually. I see that.
Yeah. 100%. Yeah.
And the only one that has the mythosaur signet is Boba Fett. So
we
does
did
he
see it in
show
the
up?
beginning too.
Yeah, does he show up? Yeah, does he show up again or something? Or I'm wondering if they're going to bring him back.
Who, Boba Fett?
Yeah.
Well, there was a quick line that I missed. Like I had to watch a breakdown to catch it, but like there were Pelimoto was saying something about Boba Fett or something. I forget what she said. So I think possibly, they love cameos. Everyone knows everybody in Star Wars now.
Yeah,
so.
of course. It's Disney.
Yep.
That's true.
Yeah, Melvin was saying earlier, we could have Mandalorian plus Wizard of Oz crossover, the 10 Mandalorian. All I need is some, count me up. More Star Wars and Oz. I don't know what's going on here with Kathy. Stop those annoying squeaks. But Mia kind of broke. I don't know. They're having their own conversations.
They are.
There's a little there's good moment here where she's talking about her father and stuff being king, right? And then Mandalorian kind of makes her melt a little bit or get sentimental, I guess. He's like, "This is the way," kind of acknowledging her rich history, that it's not forgotten.
Mm-hmm. And how he died,
Yeah,
saving millions or something like that. And then that's when Mando said, "This is the way." Yeah. Very sentimental.
Yep. So then she reads. I know this talks about the mythosaur. I don't really remember what it's talking about, but doesn't
I
say
used to ollie my skateboard right here.
Exactly.
That's it.
Yeah. She's like, I used to hang out with Tony Hawk, and we used to, rip it up. Yeah. Oh, so Mandalore the Great is said to have tamed the mythical beast. So
it's basically like the child's story that they were all told when they were young, before that they like take the pledge or whatever they call it, take the oath before. So like the same thing that he's saying when he's going into the water is the same thing they were reciting in the first part of the first episode with the kid. So it's like this is kind of like what they were taught in their version of a Bible, I guess.
Yeah. Right. Okay, so we get like the moment of the moment of serenity, and just like talking about I forgot what they're talking about here, but basically he's about to try to baptize himself. And what do we think about, like, was he pulled down? He just dropped so quickly into the water.
Yeah, he dropped and that was it. He must have.
I don't know.
He got he became unconscious too while he was there when he fell in. I don't know what happened.
I think he also was not expecting it. So, when you're like going for a swim and you drop off a ledge and you're like, oh,
yeah. With all the heavy armor you got on. Yeah. No, I should be fine.
Let me just leave my jetpack here. I'm gonna step off this ledge.
Yeah. I'll float.
Yeah.
No worries.
I'm in armor, I'll float.
Yeah. He's just kind of feeling it. She's kind of checking out what's going on.
Yeah, and then she gets worried and goes, "I'm jumping in, gonna save him!" Woo!
Yeah.
We did see the jetpack work underwater, though.
Yeah,
cool.
We did. That was cool.
Yeah.
Jetpack underwater was neat.
Yep.
What's this big toenail?
Right.
Yeah.
It's like she knew something dangerous was in there or something, so she wanted to quickly find him and bring him back up.
Yeah. She's like, Mando, are you okay? He's like, I'm okay.
KG brought up a good point.
Let me see. Right here. Oh.
Yeah, I think that's more
realistic
than
Yeah. Hopefully they show explain it a little bit more in the next episode.
They won't. I don't know. I hope so.
Moving on.
I hope so.
Yeah.
We hope so, but with Boba Fett, they didn't explain much of anything, and look what happened to that show.
Yeah. So it ends at a pretty good moment. We're like, gosh dang it, I want to see more.
Yeah. It was cool to see the mythosaur when she's flying back through the water. That was a cool part.
Let me see.
But
she's all startled. It's like there's her coming to Jesus moment. It's like, oh my gosh, this thing is real. Like there it is.
Yeah.
This was a big development for her.
I agree.
Yep. All right. So I think that wraps that up right there. So let's move into whether this thing was a W or L this week for Mandalorian. I've been keeping track. Like I've been writing it down typing it on document. So let me pull this up real quick. We'll go down the line. Dan, was this week a W or an L? We'll do Bad Batch as well
Okay. I'm still on the fence. I have to say it's an in-betweener. I can't say it's a win or lose yet because I still don't know what's going on. So It sure had cool elements to it, but there were still parts that were just like kind of confusing to me, and still things that need to be filled in. I need to be filled in for it. So yeah. So if it's okay, I would like to be in the middle where you are, Tim, right there in the middle.
Whatever, Dan. Wait a second. Whatever, Dan. Changing the rules again. Wait a second. Are we talking about? Are we talking about Bad Batch?
No, that was for the Mandalorian. Sorry.
Okay.
We're doing Bad Batch first or Mandalorian first?
We'll just do Mandalorian first. So
Okay.
NA for Dan. And what about Bad Batch? What'd you give it?
Bad Batch. I'll lean toward the win for the Bad Batch. I know last week I think I did an L or an NA or something, but yeah, this episode 12 for Bad Batch was a win, I think.
Okay, cool. All right, I think is it Fate next?
Yeah.
What do you think?
I'm gonna give them both a win. I was really excited, guys. I got to see Bad Batch season 2 today, in the last 4 episodes of the first season, and I was like, wow, because I kind of gave up on Bad Batch. I was like, this is very mid to me.
Yeah.
And then when I watched that second season, I'm like, no, I needed this. And
nice.
So that's a win. And then I'm excited for Jon Favreau. I hate everything that's happened leading up to this, the politics and stuff like that. But I just don't think anyone's career, whether it's Kathleen Kennedy's or anybody else's, is more important than Star Wars, because I believe that Star Wars is art. And if Jon Favreau can pull off a good story, I would like giving props after all the stuff that they've went through and the negativity and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
If he can pull something out this season, it'd be great. But I call this episode a win. There's a lot of action here. I love lightsabers. I'm seeing this dark saber getting wielded. There was a lot of action in the first one, and that's what I want. I honestly think that I wish this was a cross between, because I thought Andor was kind of mid, but it had very awesome writing,
mm-hmm.
and there were longer episodes, and I was like, man, if this and Mando were to like combined, we would have But anyways, yeah, I give it a win.
Yeah, hold on. Time Prophet, what does W and L stand for? Well, W stands for walrus and L stands for llama. So stands for win or loss. Time Prophet. All right. What do you think, TJ?
I'll say 2 walruses. No, I'm just kidding. 2 win for me.
Okay.
I liked the emotional undertones of both of them. I liked the therapeutic tones of both of them. I thought they were both pretty deep episodes, but I see things maybe different than some people, but that's okay. I don't mind. And I enjoyed it. Yeah.
It's good to have different views for everybody.
I agree.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Yeah, we see it different than Dan.
Dan's got a big knob. That's just a knob.
Yeah.
It's a knob.
Nah, bro. I gave it a W. I thought this for Mandalorian, I thought it was an absolute banger. The stuff with the dark saber and the shield and seeing the Mytho Beast, and having Etsy an Inquisitor. So I liked it. Mm-hmm. And same for Bad Batch. It was definitely a step up. So yeah, I will put this as in the books. Overall, it was a W Mandalorian, and overall it was a W for
Bad
Batch.
2 walruses.
2 walruses. Oh my gosh. Maybe I should do something with that. But all right, saving it. It's in the books. It's like if you don't document it, like if you don't take a picture of it, like you go to the gym, it never happened. So remember that. Yeah. All right, so let's kind of do our predictions for the next episode. The next episode, we don't have a name, but the interesting thing is this one's going to be an hour long. The last episode was 45 minutes. The one before was 38 minutes. So why is this one going to be longer? So, Dan, what do you think on predictions here?
I think it's going to be longer because maybe they'll start tying things in for the last 2 episodes. And so I'll be like, oh, okay. And then maybe I can say everything's a win after that.
Awesome.
But that's all I got to say because I don't really know what they're gonna do. So there you go.
This is why I like 3 episodes. Like when they did the first season of Mando, they dropped 3, and we got the plot.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Yeah.
there was 3 episodes that told the story, and then they whisked away across the galaxy, Mando and Grogu.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
What do you think, TJ?
I think we're going to see some more character development with Bo-Katan, and something's going to happen there where she's going to come into some sort of conflict, but she's also coming into like an enlightenment period. So I think there's going to be something to do with that and seeing her kind of believe again, if that makes sense.
Redemption.
Yeah.
Yeah. What do you think, Fate?
Definitely think that we're gonna have a Mandalorian story with more Mandalorians, right? We've seen them in the previews and stuff. Din Djarin walking up shoulder to shoulder with them, stuff like that. So I'm looking forward to that. I want a Mandalorian story live action, so looks like we're gonna get it.
Yeah, I think possibly for my prediction, possibly they're going to show the flashback of who saved Grogu because it's a longer episode.
Yeah.
So they're going to spend time with that.
That'd be cool.
And yeah, that's what we're waiting for. We want to see who saved Grogu. And then also, I think it's going to be main story. Are they going to go back to what's his face, Navarro 7, or the place where Grief was? Because we have the pirate set up. We haven't really got filler yet, so
right.
Yeah, so I don't know. I would think he would go straight back to the armorer first, and then have the other flashbacks.
I read somewhere where they were going to use that pirate and skeleton crew.
Is that still happening? I thought that was canceled, or something was canceled recently. I can't remember what it was.
Oh, skeleton crew! Didn't they move it back?
Okay, maybe that one was moved back, and then the Red Squadron.
Well, I'm definitely with Liam Neeson on that when he said that they're spread themselves too thin by putting out so much stuff. It takes away from the impact that Star Wars used to be an event when it came out.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh yeah, because Karif could be Carl Weathers' character could call up Mando, be like, "Hey, the pirates are back. They're starting like a civil war over here," and call Mando to kind of come help. Yeah. Matey. It's still happening. Rogue Squadron was nixed.
That's what I was talking about. Yeah.
I think they said that Jon Favreau or Dave Filoni, one of the two, I think, said they're going to coalesce. Like Skeleton Crew, Ahsoka, and this are going to be in the same time frame, and they're going to do high fives, right? They're going
to right. Kind of like what's going on with Bad Batch and Mando now, because they're streaming kind of at the same time.
I heard that we're going to see the last episode of Rebels in live action. So, yeah.
That'd be kind of cool.
With Mando. So, or Ahsoka. I can't remember which one it is. Like maybe the opening scene of Ahsoka or something, but I've heard that too as a rumor.
That'd be interesting. All right. So I guess let's wrap it up. Let's plug our channels and get out of the shebanger. I know Dan's on his channel too, dual streaming, but what's going on next for your channel?
Just another stream Tuesday night, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Like always, every Sunday and Tuesday.
Yeah, so check it out.
Come watch us every Sunday and Tuesday.
Yep, and the links are in the chat and in the description below. And Fate back on the channel. Thanks for coming on, man.
Thanks for having me.
Going on next? Yeah.
Friday night doing an interview. Come check me out, 9:00 Eastern. Small content creator, lightsaber cosplay, and we'll talk lore. We'll talk Mando, episode 3, and we'll talk. That's pretty much it. We're going to cover his content, and we're going to cover the Mando episode, and then some Star Wars lore and stuff like that. So come check us out. I will make the announcement on Wednesday.
Sweet.
Gotcha. Awesome. Melvin making fun of. I just saw his comment, but TJ on the channel for the first time. Thanks for coming on. We'll have to get you and Fate back.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Yep.
Yeah, how was it, TJ? Did you have fun?
Yeah, it was good. I haven't really got a lot going on. I obviously am a lot more active on TikTok than I am here right now, but I will be doing some lives that I'll be announcing on TikTok. So the reading, if you like reading and don't actually want to read the book, come, I'll read to you, and then we can talk about the chapter. So that's going to be happening once a week, but we haven't got all the details like sorted out quite yet. So once that happens, we'll announce that on TikTok though.
Awesome.
Sweet.
Also, I do like get people off TikTok, do live stream on there, like get
Yeah.
maybe us three. I don't think Dan, you don't do TikTok, do you?
I haven't. That's something I'm probably going to have to jump into, but
There's nothing wrong with being fluent on multiple platforms.
that's true.
Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah, TikTok
So-
lives have been great for me. Like it's a great way to get your content out there because they do push your content out a little bit more if you're going live on that. But it's hard because you can't get a stream key for if your life depends on it. So you actually have to stream like from your phone.
Oh yeah.
A few like weird little things like that, but it's TikTok lives have been great. I love it, and it really helps with like follower count and stuff too, because people see your stuff and they see you talking and they think you're an actual person instead of just someone who's editing videos, and then it works well.
KG has one for you. Her tattoos are look pretty cool though. But
Thank
yeah,
you.
how many tattoos do you have?
No idea. This is like a thing. Like, is this counted as one? Like, I don't know. Like, is each body part one? So
He's
I
got
basically
six Star Wars and one leg in prepreparation or something.
yeah,
like that.
I have a bunch of Star Wars tattoos. Like, there's so many tattoos. So it's like, I guess I have like, I could just count it as one. Just my whole body is just one tattoo now.
The answer is yes.
Yes.
Just yes.
Yes.
Yeah. I got a tattoo back in Nam, back in the day. I just couldn't. Had a scar on my eye, but it heals. But anyways, what's going on for this channel? We will be back again 8:30 p.m. ET with Dan the Law, and hopefully live streaming on TikTok sometime soon with my other fellow TikToker buddies. And then also tomorrow, tentatively, we're going to do a Scream 6 spoiler review. I saw it this weekend. I thought it was really good. And we covered 65 non-spoiler review last night, so check that out. I actually like that too. Support my man.
Cool.
Well, it's my movie. Everyone knows it's my movie. So, you know, you like dinosaurs, you like Kylo Ren fighting dinosaurs, and you know, like themes from The Last of Us. You'll like it. So check that out. And then also, I'll try to be doing a little bit more random streams. We got to get those watch hours up. We're around 1,500. You got to get 4,000 to get monetized on here. I got the subs, but you got to get the hours up. So, you know, struggle of life, I guess. But we'll do it. We'll do it.
A good way
Yeah.
to just for all your viewers, a good way to help Tim out before you go to bed. Hit play on your YouTube for Tim and let it stream all night long while you're sleeping. You know. Put it on mute. You don't need to listen to it. Just let it play, and you know, and you give it helps watch hours for sure.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's what it's all about up here.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
So do that for him, and then
Yeah,
obviously
but-
for those watching me and my channel, do that for me too.
Do it not now, later. Or I'm messing it up again. But yeah, check me out on TikTok. Check me on TikTok where I hang out with all my regulars because they're weird, but I love you. Hit me up though. And Tim Possible OFC on Twitter, Tim Possible Official on Instagram and TikTok. All right. I do want to thank the chat for being here because we are nothing without the chat. What's up, KG? Thanks for being here. Time Prophet, Melvin, Fate. He's here, but he's up there. How is that possible? I don't get it. Inception. Achilles.
Projection.
Projection. Yeah.
I did
Kathy
the Luke
Skywalker. Yeah, exactly. Sheila. Anyone else I missed? Your brother was here, David.
Yeah.
All right, that about covers it. Please like, share, subscribe, comment below your thoughts on this episode for Bad Batch and The Mandalorian. Leave a comment. Let us know you're here. It helps the algorithms. Hulk, smash the like button. And everybody, are we ready to do the thing? Are we ready to do the thing?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Sure.
All right. 1, 2, 3.
This is
This is
the
the
way.
way. This is the way.
Yeah,
This is the way.
Yes.
All right, everyone.
Try
We
one more
love you.
time. One more time. Ready? 3, 2, 1,
right.
go.
This is
is
the
the
way.
way.
This is the way.
Okay, guys, this is just give.
All right, how about I'll go. This is the way. I'll go. This. Dan
This.
is. Whatever. All right, we're out of here.
Tell me a story about your father like sacrificing himself, and I'll say this is the way, and we can be out.
Oh
All
my
right.
gosh. Yeah.
We tried.
Wrong clip. Yeah.
That's what counts. We tried.
Yeah.
It's like
All right.
a bad birthday singing.
Yeah, we'll clip it. All right. Peace,
Bye,
everybody.
everybody.
Bye.
Where we're going, we don't need roads.